Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon. Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. And today I'm gonna go through my Kindle, upside down. Today I'm gonna go through my Kindle and just kind of talk through some of the books that I have on here that I would like to get to. I'm on a semi book buying ban by this point. I'm technically on a book buying ban until June, and the only time that I can buy books before June is if I reach 20 points in my TBR game. If you have not watched, I play a TBR game, and I rigged tarot cards to play as TBR cards. So it's called TBR Tarot. If you're interested, I will pop the playlist somewhere on the screen. But yeah, I can't buy books until I hit 20 points in that, or until June rolls around. I've already broken this, which is not shocking because I cannot resist a good book buy, and here we have it. There was one exception to this rule, and it was that I bought Kindle books because they're not taking up any space on my shelf, so I can get them for the cheap and they don't mess with the little room that I have for my books. So I'm just gonna go on here. The first book straight away I have here is 9 Lives, and it's by Peter Swanson. This is on my most anticipated list. I bought this on Kindle because it was on deal for 99p, which was kind of surprising because it's fairly new and I didn't think it would be on deal that quickly. But I bought it as soon as I heard about it, and I'm glad that I got it for 99p. I believe this follows Jessica, who is an FBI agent, and her and another 9 people, well, it would be 8 if she's on it. Well, Jessica and another 8 people receive a letter with their name on it. No rhyme or reason to it, and and everyone just kind of is like, it means nothing, it's nothing, until people start dying or something starts happening to the people on the list, and Jessica decides she wants to get to the bottom of this, understand why she's on the list, and hopefully save other people that is on this list before something bad happens to them. This sounds really good. I've read a few Peter Swanson books before, and I think that the more I read, there will be hits and misses, but so far I gave The Kind Worth Killing, I think I gave 5 stars, and 8 Perfect Murders, I gave 4 stars. So I have fairly good hopes that this will be another good thriller for me, and I'm quite excited that I got it for 99p, and it's my most anticipated, and hopefully I will read it soon. The next book I have here is 7 Sins of Snow by Loxley Savage. This is on Kindle Unlimited, and I believe I'm buddy reading this with Sephi at some point, but I can't remember which month we decided it was going to be this book. It is a duology, and like the cover is really fabulous, and the sequel cover is just as fabulous as well. I think that's what drew me in like quite quickly, was the cover caught my eye. But then I read the synopsis, and it says, "Hey you, yeah you, are you listening? I have a story to share, but it's not your average fairy tale. My story, it's wrought with violence, stewing with blood, dominated by desire. My stepmother, the evil queen, hates me. She wants me dead, but hasn't killed me yet. At her insistence, a never-ending line of repugnant suitors vie for my hand, but when I decline each and every one, the evil queen punishes me severely. She will stop at nothing until I'm sold or dead. As she grows insane with power and my death appears imminent, something unexpected happens. I see lurkers. They come in my dreams, touch me, taste me, even though I've never met them outside of my mind. I begin to crave them. Stories have been passed down in the town of Riverwood about creatures of legend, kings given power to wield the 7 deadly sins. They tell me they want me. They claim I belong to them. As I fall deeper into sin, they become mine just as much as I am theirs. What will happen if I submit to their desires? Will I morph into the very weapon I seek, harnessing their power for my own? Or will I find myself lost in their seduction? The evil queen might kill me first, but I've made a vow to my people to take back my stolen throne while bathing in her blood. Read my story and find out what happens if you dare." So, like, this took my interest immediately because of the cover, but reading that synopsis, it's all obviously a retelling, and I'm quite interested to see how dark it gets because it does sound fairly dark, and it does say that it's a dark PNR RH fairy tale retelling. And it's got sex, naughty language, torture, violence, drugs, and much more. So I do take it that it dives quite deep into the darkness, which I enjoy very much. And I don't think I've ever really read a dark fairy tale retelling. So like this seems like the perfect like place to start because it's Kindle Unlimited and I've got a buddy read set up and I think that it sounds really, really good. So hopefully I could vlog that one because it's a buddy read and tell you all my thoughts as I read it. Then we have Reminders of Him, which is also by Colleen Hoover, and this is on Kindle Unlimited, but I downloaded this as soon as I finished It Ends With Us just because I needed more Colleen Hoover. If you don't know, I have read It Ends With Us and I have a vlog for it. I will link it down below. But I read It Ends With Us, absolutely loved it, 5-starred it, and I needed more Colleen Hoover in my life. And this book is on Kindle Unlimited. It's also fairly new, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy this one just as much as It Ends With Us. In this book, we follow Kenna Rowan, who lost custody of her daughter after being in prison for 5 years. And she comes out, wants to like get in touch with her daughter again, kind of be there now because she hasn't been in the last 5 years. And then she kind of starts up with this guy named Ledger Ward, and no one can know that they're together because it will cause kind of like problems for both of them. I don't know why, but I take it will cause problems for Kenna getting to see her daughter, and I don't know why it would cause problems for Ledger, but I guess I'll have to read and see. I kind of want to go into this not knowing too much because I went into It Ends With Us not knowing anything really apart from what it says on the back of the book. And I think with Colleen Hoover, I think I can go in kind of blind and still like enjoy it for whatever it is, but hopefully I will really enjoy this one. I haven't heard much things about it because it's fairly new, and I'm kind of glad about that because I've heard so much about all of Colleen Hoover's other work. I'm glad that I haven't heard much about this one because it means that I get to go in without preconceived notions and just like form my own opinion as I read. So yeah, like that's one that I'm very excited for. Honestly, now I get it when people say like they read Colleen Hoover and then they just want to keep reading, because I've only read one book and now I just want to keep reading her work. So I totally understand why people just keep reading Coho. The next book I have here is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. So I know virtually nothing about this. I have avoided all spoilers, all synopses. I do not want to know. I want to go into this blind because this is obviously huge on TikTok and I've seen it everywhere. Again, I got this on a 99p deal, so like I was fairly happy with that. But I want to not read the synopsis to this one because I don't want to know anything. I want to go in completely blind, and hopefully I will vlog it so you can get my reactions as I read it, because this has been so overly hyped that if this book is not amazing, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be so upset because like, how can a book be this hyped and then not be great? That sounds really, really stupid, but like, I feel like when books are so hyped and loved by the mass majority of people that read them, there must be something in it for everyone, because there's no guarantee that that huge mass loves the same things in books. So I take it this book has something for everyone, and if you want to see how I get along with this going in blind, then subscribe and stick around because I will be vlogging this and you'll get all my reactions on the spot as I read this. And hopefully it will live up to the hype that it has received. The next book I have here is The Maidens by, I always forget this author's name, Alex Michaelides, I believe. And I just recently read The Silent Patient. I gave it a 3.5 stars. It wasn't the best thing in the world, wasn't the worst. It was just better than middle of the road, but I am interested in reading more of this author's work just because I liked what they done in some places, so I feel like I need a bit more of a taster to see if I'm going to continue picking up this author's work. I believe in this we follow a Greek professor at Cambridge, and supposedly people think he's a murderer, but he's very charming and everyone likes him, and not very many people say a bad word about him except from a select few. And I feel like Marina is the girl that decides she wants to uncover the truth, and after another body is found, she is going to get to the bottom of it and reveal all the secrets that this professor is hiding. And it sounds really good. I've heard very mixed things about this one. I haven't heard it being as hyped as The Silent Patient, but I do think that I want to go in and try this author again and see a bit more about if I would continue picking up the author's work. And again, this was on deal for 99p, so if I don't end up liking this, it's not much of a loss. I read The Silent Patient on my Kindle again for 99p, so I feel like testing this author out in this kind of cheap way where I don't have the actual books on my shelf, so they're not taking up room that I need, and I got them fairly cheap. It's not much of a risk if I don't end up liking the second book, because it was cheap. And I am interested, coming off The Silent Patient, I'm fairly interested in what else this author has got to give to his readers. So hopefully I will enjoy this, if not more than The Silent Patient, hopefully the same amount as The Silent Patient, because again, it was a 3.5 star. It was slightly better than middle of the road, so even that will be a good outcome from this read. The next book I have here is called It Ain't Me by Tilly Cole, and I don't know much about this apart from it's a dark motorcycle romance, and I got this recommendation from Peace Love Books, Jessica from Peace Love Books, and I seen that it was on Kindle Unlimited and automatically downloaded it to my Kindle because motorcycle romance, yes please. Dark romance, yes please. It's also meant to be fairly smutty, so yes, thank you. I think because Jessica from Peace Love Books recommended Penelope Douglas's work to me and I read it and absolutely adored it. One of my favourite authors and one of my favourite like smutty writers. I think that ever since then, I don't need to know anything about any of the books that Peace Love Books recommends. I just pick them up. I don't need to know a synopsis. I don't need to know anything other than she enjoyed them and basic bullet point information about what they are, and I will pick them up because I have so much faith after getting recommended Penelope Douglas. I have so much faith now that whatever books they recommend, I will just absolutely love. And I'm hoping this follows suit. This is also a fairly big series, I think. And I haven't read much like smutty series in like Kindle sense. Like I know there's a lot of them out there and I have like tried a few, and I think there's a few college romances I've read the series of, and I'm still reading the Gianna Darlin series. What is it called again? Oh no, I've forgotten what it's called, but I'm still reading that. That's a motorcycle series that I read on Kindle as well, also by Peace Love Books recommendation. So yeah, I think this is just a recipe for a good book, hopefully. Maybe I will put like a few of these books into a vlog so that you can get my reactions as I read them, and it means that like I can kind of check in as I read them from this video in a future vlog. But that is all I have on my Kindle. It is not much at the moment. I do plan on buying more that are on deals and utilizing my Kindle Unlimited more. I also really enjoy reading my romances on Kindle, just because some of them can be really expensive to buy, because a lot of them are indie published and like they can be quite expensive, and I'm always hesitant that if I don't like it, I've paid more money for a book that I don't like, that I don't necessarily have room on my shelves for. So yeah, I tend to stick with them on my Kindle, and then if I like them, I will buy them physically. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. That is some of the books on my Kindles that I hope to get to. On my Kindle that I hope to get to at some point in the future. If you're interested in any of my thoughts, then hi, hello, stick around. I try my best to do this YouTube thing. So bear with me, but also, like, if you want to see my reactions, then the best thing to do is subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I do have reactions to these books. If you're interested in any of these books, let me know down below in the comments if you have read them, or if you want to pick them up, or if you've things you've heard, just let me know. Just introduce yourself, I will reply and aggressively welcome you to the channel. And apart from that, I hope you have a great day, great week, great weekend, and stay safe, happy and healthy, and I shall see you next time. Bye.